Hello guys, Crispy here and welcome back to another video. With this one, my friends, we're going to be testing the GeForce RTX 4090 in GTA 5. Very old title by this point and very easy to run as well. I mean, it even runs on the 710 at 30 FPS and 720p. But today we're going to be testing it at 4K, 8K and 16K resolutions, which is probably not very easy to run. So this one is the Founders Edition model of the card. We are running it with the latest Nvidia drivers as usual, and I'm not overclocking it. You can see all of its specs here in Tech Power Ups GPU Z. Rebar is enabled, 24GB of GDDR6X and 16,384 CUDA cores. Over on the left, we're pairing it with a Ryzen 7 5800X3D and 32GB of RAM. And let's get right into it, shall we? Okay, let's start this. Oh my god, I've never seen that before. Oh, it's so beautiful, the 24GB there. Anyway, 4K res using no MSAA at the moment, but I'm also going to utilize it a little bit later. And the maximum settings right here, aside from motion blur strength, over in the advanced settings, everything is turned off at the moment. Oh, what the hell? Oh my god! Oh my god! Are you kidding me? It's getting 188 FPS flat, basically. We are reaching the engine limits here. That means that the game is gonna stutter a lot at like what I would say are very high to ultra settings, almost ultra settings, because the advanced settings are all turned off. It's not really ultra, you know. This is absolutely insane. We're gonna play it until we see a huge stutter, because I believe it's gonna happen, unless this GPU is so powerful that it doesn't care about the engine limits of GTA 5 and it doesn't really make it stutter. Like, how is it not stuttering? I don't understand. Usually when I get close to 188 FPS, not even touching 188 FPS, it stutters. Not here. Why is it not happening, guys? I don't get it. Oh, finally. Okay, there we go. It took it a while, actually. So if you want to play this game smoothly, by the way, you will need to lock your FPS. Like 120 is a safe bet, because I've never seen it stutter with 100 FPS or 120 FPS lock. Oh, that's terrible here. Okay. But I have seen it stutter with like 160 FPS locks and even 144. Actually, the speedrunners of this game run the game at 120 FPS locked, so I think that's the best lock here. But yeah, it's crazy to see it pegged at 188 FPS all of the time. That's insane. This is 4K resolution, max settings, aside from advanced settings. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. Now I want to see it here. Okay, now we're finally seeing GPU utilization going up there into the 90% range, and the FPS dropping to around 150 or 140. That's still Jacqueline. I don't know. Why does Jack not want to see us here with a 4090? I will love to see that best. Anyway, we should be able to kill Bob. Yes. Goodbye, Bob. Get wrecked, boy. Okay, he's dead now. Everything is fine. We saved humanity. Honestly, guys, I was expecting this to stutter more than it is right now. But yeah, it's still way too easy to run for the 4090. So let's use MSAA at 8 times at 4K resolution. That's insane, basically, okay? Alright, it's set to 8 times here. Ooh, it's so insane that it drops us from 100 frames per second. That's just crazy, actually. Still very playable, super damn sharp and detailed, by the way. Actually, 4 times MSAA at 4K gets us usually the same FPS as 8K with no MSAA, so it's interesting to see it with 8 times getting 60 plus still, although this is starting to get really, really intensive. And a lot of people actually tell me, oh, you should use 8 times MSAA every single time you test high-end GPUs. Well, it's not really needed, because it looks the same as 4 times, and even 2 times on a 4K monitor, honestly. So yeah, I could still see some shimmering at native resolution, especially with a 32-inch 4K monitor. But with 2 times, it gets rid of everything, basically, alright? Let me just go to the other area once again with a lot of vegetation. Want to see it there. Those are the most intensive areas in GTA 5, by the way, when you come across a lot of bushes and stuff. Oh my god, at least we got 69 on average. Well, not anymore. Oh, there's Rick right there, or Jones. Yes, hello buddy, how's it going? Because Jack and Jones, yeah. Not a very good joke. Anyway, it drops into the 30s in grassy areas. That's how demanding MSAA is in this game, because it's applying the sharpening, or not sharpening, the anti-aliasing to every single leaf of grass here. So it's extremely intensive in these scenarios. Still playable above 30 FPS, but this is definitely not what you want coming from a high-end GPU, obviously. So that's why I don't use MSAA maxed out, but I thought I'd include it because a lot of people like to see it. Now, let's turn it down to like 2 times, which, again, at 4K resolution is more than enough. It's really, really sharp. It looks almost the same as 8 times, honestly. And I can't see any shimmering right now, so this is definitely the way I'd play this game, guys. Max settings without advanced settings on. Who is Bob, by the way? We're gonna have to kill both. I'm sorry. The one that is not Bob should not be hanging out with Bob anyway, so he's a bad person, alright? Or maybe Rex turned into a human. Huh. Interesting. And that's still Jacqueline. Where the heck is Jack? I don't like you, Jacqueline. Go to hell. Huh. She actually had a relationship with Bob, so that's why we don't like her. She cheated on Jack with freaking Bob. 170s outside of grassy areas. That's crazy with 2 times MSAA. It looks so detailed. This is definitely how I'd play this game. Once again, guys, if you're playing GTA 5, use these settings. You know, usually I use my own settings, which are good for the best visuals to performance ratio, but these are just still stutters. You still need to lock your FPS even with 2 times MSAA. That's absolutely insane. Holy crap. I love it. Alright, I'm turning on everything aside from extended distance scaling, because this is more of a CPU intensive setting, guys. And if we actually, I'm going to show it to you. If we set this to the maximum, CPU is probably going to be the limiting factor to performance, but not here with the 5800X 3D, so you can actually do that. Alright, so these are the new settings. Here we go. Same settings, maxed out now at 4K resolution with 2 times MSAA, as you can see. And the advanced graphics are all turned on and set to the maximum. Aside from this one, this is just frame scaling. It increases or decreases your internal resolution. It's just resolution scaling, basically. And look at that, it's still going up to 170 at times. That's just absolutely insane. All right, let's go with this car anyways. You know what? I take back what I said previously. I would actually just max this game out and play like this. GPU utilization is not pegged at 100% all of the time, though, because those advanced settings are more CPU intensive, at least the distance scaling ones. But it is still buttery smooth anyways, and the 5800X 3D is doing an amazing job. And of course, the GPU utilization is still pretty close to 99% usage all of the time, so it's not really bottlenecking the card by that much, this CPU. Really, really great to see that. It's a good improvement over my 5900X that I had previously, but you know, I wouldn't really upgrade from the 5900X to the 5800X 3D if it wasn't for the 4090 review, by the way, because that CPU is still a beast and way better at editing. I actually miss it at editing and rendering. It took me way less time to do that. But hey, performance in games is absolutely fantastic with this little chip from AMD. And over in grassy areas, it drops into the 80s. That's insanely intensive. Where's Jack, by the way? Jack? Oh, there he is. That's my boy, finally here. There we go. Love you, buddy.
I know what I'm having for dinner.
He's fine, I think. Yeah, look at him. He's absolutely fine in glorious 4K max settings. Oh, boy. Lovely to see Jack here, finally. Damn, it has been a while, actually, since I've seen Jack in this game. Okay, we're fine. We're still good. We're still good. Let's go down here. So it's still like a high refresh rate experience most of the time, unless you get into these grassy areas. But I think for GTA 5, these are still buttery smooth results. Where the heck is Bob? Huh. Interesting. I didn't see Bob. This is the probably the first time that I haven't seen Bob during the day in this little section of the map. There is a demon roaming around the world right now. It's Bob. We can't do anything about it. Oh, look at those Jack's friends. Oh my god. Okay. Wasn't expecting that to happen, but okay. I guess we'll see a slightly different time of the day now. Thunderstorm time. This is great to see the FPS. Also nighttime. A lot of people say that the nighttime in this game is way more intensive. That's not really the case from what I've seen here. Looks incredible. Kind of getting moody for Halloween, you know. Very nice, actually. Love it. I love this weather in real life as well, aside from when I actually want to make some videos and play some games on my PC, you know, because I get worried it will fry something. But yeah, what are these guys doing here, by the way? Shirtless? But yeah, there are still a lot of people just walking around here. What the hell? That's so weird. It's the thunderstorm time, dude. What the hell are you doing, people? It must be so cold here. I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyways, guys, this is it for the 4K max settings results. Buttery smooth. Okay, here we go. 7680 by 4320. Just gonna disable FXAA as well. It's not really needed. Maximum settings still, even on the advanced settings, everything is set to the maximum. This is very intensive, guys. Alright, as you can see, this is not even one of the most intensive areas. It's actually one of the least intensive ones. It's getting 50-something FPS. That's not very good. And I actually was kind of expecting it because in the full review of this GPU, I tested this game at 8K. It wasn't all that impressive. It got like 66 FPS average on my custom very high settings. Not really maximum settings in this game. And a lot of people told me, oh, it's because you have VSync enabled, but VSync was disabled in the control panel, NVIDIA control panel. Here, Jack. Jack, what are you doing here? Go home, buddy. Please. Don't be out here. Oh, boy. Oh, this is bad. Oh, no. The car is actually slipping. No. No, 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 no. So it's still playable, by the way, even at 8K resolution, but I was expecting a way better experience because my 3080 Ti got 51 FPS on average at very high settings, my custom settings, by the way, which are far less intensive than these, and this one got 66 at those same settings. So not that huge jump in performance that we've been seeing in a lot of games, but again, this is an older title, and 8K is just 8K. 8K is 4 times 4K resolution. You really like, some of you really like me to say that. So it's extremely intensive, and it shows here. It can put the 4090 in its knees. And now we should definitely try out my custom settings. By the way, MSAA, it says MSAA, but this is reflection MSAA. A lot of people confuse this with the actual MSAA setting. All right, that's just reflections. It's nowhere near as intensive as actual MSAA. But let's go ahead and set my custom settings. Grass quality to high. Soft shadows to soft here, post effects to normal, and that's it. And I'll also disable the advanced settings, all of them. All right, this is it. 8K, VSync is off this time. It was still off in the control panel, but still, you can see it there. Everything is exactly the same as my full review of the 4090, and it is getting again the same FPS. So I'm gonna start counting it now. It's still very impressive that it gets 60 plus on average, but it's just that with the performance differences that we've seen in other games, comparing the 3080 Ti and 3090, which are about the same performance, and the 4090, I was expecting higher performance here in GTA 5 as well. Maybe it's because it's a DirectX 11 title, but for example, in Ark Survival Evolved, we got like a 70% improvement in FPS compared to the 3080 Ti, so yeah, that's also a DirectX 11 title. I don't know. Oh, I really hope I didn't. Oh my god, we hit that little boy there. No, 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 I am so sorry, guys. Gosh, it's just some pixels. It's just some pixels in a video game. It doesn't matter, all right? It's not a real dog. Like Jack isn't a real cougar? No, Jack is real, of course. Jack is definitely real. Anyway, 70s around here. This is like the least intensive part of my benchmark run. Definitely gonna drop from 60 FPS in Jack's Hill because of Bob. Like, oh my god, a lot of people here. So at least there are a lot more people with good weather around here compared to bad weather, but I don't understand why some people are still walking around in thunderstorms. Also, I'm really trying here not to hit anybody, and I'm failing miserably. Every single time this happens, I can't have a flawless run. Actually, that happened once or twice, but with lower-end GPUs because the people density isn't as high. It's at low, actually, so yeah. Okay, alright. Not exploding. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's go up there. Ooh, that's a nice car. That's actually really good for a thumbnail. Get over here, boy! Oh boy, this is vibrant as heck. I don't know if it's my monitor that's too vibrant, but this red is really freaking red. As you can see, it's dropping into the mid-50s at times. Pretty much the same thing as we've seen. So that's Jacqueline. Don't like you, Jacqueline. Goodbye. She's not dead, by the way. She's a very tough gal. Actually, I said that we should start liking Jacqueline as well. Because Bob, it's all Bob's fault, basically. So maybe we should just do that. This is insanely detailed, by the way, at 8K. Really gorgeous. All of that detail is just amazing. Goodbye, Bob. Once again, you're dead, boy. And there we go. We got 66 FPS average previously in my full review and 48 1% lows. It's pretty much the same thing here. Of course, there is always the margin of error. I did some things differently today. I stopped on the road to see the other dog, for example, which got us slightly higher FPS on average. But yeah, it's on the ballpark, so nothing was wrong previously on my full review. VSync was certainly not enabled. The thing that everybody has been waiting for, 2 times frame scaling, which means that this is gonna be 16K resolution. I'm not sure if this is gonna apply or not. The 3080 Ti actually crashed. This certainly has more VRAM, and the VRAM is going over the 12 gigabytes of the 3080 Ti. Oh my god. That's just crazy, guys. I have no words at this moment. This is 16K. Some people might not get this, but this is actually running at 16K in the game internally. It is just as intensive as running native 16K. I have tried it with like 1080p with 2 times resolution scaling. It does get the same FPS as 4K native. So this is 2 times the vertical resolution of 8K right now, which means that it's like 8000 something p, and that's 16K res. That's crazy. It's crazy that it's still running. Look at that VRAM utilization, by the way, going up to 21 gigabytes at the moment. No wonder the 3080 Ti crashed with this one. Holy crap, dude. But let me tell you guys, I have never seen GTA 5 so gorgeous. Holy crap. This is not ultra settings, of course, but it looks pretty damn close anyways. It's still around the cinematic frame rate, which means that you can drive around, run around, take some beautiful looking screenshots. We gotta wait until next gen to actually play at 16K with decent FPS in this game, but I can't deny this is super impressive compared to everything that we've seen so far with other GPUs, you know? Oh my goodness. Now, there is still the 20K resolution, my friends, which instantly crashed with my 3080 Ti. It's just not possible to play at 20K on that card. And it crashed again here. Interesting. Right, first of all, let's do 16K at low settings. I just restarted everything to apply the low settings, which are normal settings in this game, by the way. Advanced settings are all turned off, and frame scaling is set to 2 times. And at 16K low settings, it doesn't really differ that much in performance compared to the very high settings that we were using previously. Okay, now here, it actually does make a huge difference. We're in the 40s. It's actually being playable at 16K. It's insane. This is also a very fitting car for 16K testing on low settings, because this is kind of looking like crap compared to everything that we saw so far, right? Oof, these are massive slowdowns sometimes. Wow, crazy stuff. Of course, no GPU is designed to run at these insanely high resolutions, but it's fun to take a look at, isn't it? And fun fact, it's getting the same FPS on average, so far at least, and kind of the same experience as well as a GT 710 at 720p low settings. Same settings, but at 720p resolution instead of 16K resolution. Actually, this should be interesting. How many times is 720p in 16K? Hello, Jack, by the way. How's it going? Now, let's think about it a little bit. So, 16K is 4 8K monitors, which means that it's 16 4K monitors, because each 8K is 4 4Ks. And now, 16 4K monitors is 64. It's 64 1080p monitors, right? That's insane! So we're actually playing in the equivalent of 64 1080p monitors at the moment. Absolutely insane. What the hell? If it is like 540p, for example, which is half of 1080p, it would be 128? No, actually no. 256? Yeah, 256, because it's 64 times 4. So it's the equivalent of playing in 256 540p monitors, and 720p is just a little bit above that, so maybe like around 200 720p monitors. Oh my gosh. Alright, moment of truth. Can we play at 20k now? Please don't crash. It crashed, guys. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Trying to apply 20k in the menu. Doesn't work. It just goes to the desktop every single time, so it's just a limitation within the game. It's not a limitation of the GPU. I thought it was with the 3080 Ti, but it's not. So that's been it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a ton of fun to check out GTA 5 with the 4090. What a beast of a card. I can't believe 16K is actually possible at 30 plus FPS all of the time. It's just, that's mind-blowing. I'll catch you in the next one very soon. Love you all. Bye-bye.